Okay guys, I really wanted to make this video when the Demon Slayer Sweep the Board was released back in July for PlayStation 5, but I had some questions about it, like they will cover Hashira training arc or not, and what's going on with the game. And thankfully, after the latest update, which they included like new board that you can play based on the Hashira training arc, I'm confident to make this video. Disclaimer, everything that I will say it's not been confirmed by anyone, it's just my opinion and I want to share my thoughts about the Demon Slayer games and the future for Hinokami Chronicles 2, what's going on, why they didn't release it, and etc. I really want to talk about it. Let's start with why did CyberConnect 2 decided to make Sweep the Board instead of making the sequel Hinokami Chronicles 2 or even a DLC for the first game. I have read a lot of comments about this topic and honestly I do understand your frustration about it, but at the same time I do understand why did CyberConnect 2 decided to make like a spin-off game for Demon Slayer. And the answer is pretty simple in my opinion. They didn't have enough material to make a sequel for this game. For perspective, the first game, the Hinokami Chronicles 1, adapted the fourth season, which is 26 episodes long. They also adapted the Mugen Train, which is 7 episodes long. So in total, they have adapted 33 episodes, which is really nice. But as a customers and the fans of this series, we demand a sequel for this game. But we have to understand, like, they didn't have any materials to cover. The entertaining this arc was 11 episodes long. The same goes to the Swordsmith Village arc, also the 11. So in total is 22. If they adopted these two arcs, the game would have been really short, and we had complaints about it. Like, the game is short, you didn't include the Hashiras, blah blah blah, and we will like be mad at CC2. And that's why they said, no, we have to wait a little bit longer to adopt maybe like several more arcs, and then we will get a chance to make the sequel for this game. This year they adapted the Hashira training arc, which in the manga is super short, but anime managed to make a little bit longer, adding some scenes here and there, and it turned out to be like 8 episodes long. And if we combine all these 3 seasons, it will be like roughly the same as the first game, which is a pretty decent size for the anime if you think about it, especially that everything is in 3D. It's not slideshows like in Storm Connections and Sparking Zero. I mean, in the first game we didn't have any slideshows. They had some optional, but overall in the game everything was in 3D. The cutscenes, everything, which was pretty amazing. And yeah, they could done with the DLC expansion packs, but let's be honest, it's a company and they want to make more money. They don't want to charge us $20 or $30 for a DLC pack. They want to charge us 60-70 USD for a new game. That being said, there is also one reason in my opinion why did CyberConnect 2 made Sweep the Board the game, and it's because of the licensing. I'm being honest with you, I don't know a lot about the licensing, especially for the anime games, but you have to fight for it because you have to go to multiple stages, phases. For example, you have to first talk to Shueisha, then you have to talk to the Aniplex, then you have to talk to UFO Table, who are responsible for the animation, then you have to talk to the main creator, Goyoharu Gotoge, and after that you have their permissions to make the game. And they also have a contract, probably like every X years or months you have to release a Demon Slayer game, otherwise you will lose the license for this IP. At least I think that way. I may be wrong, I'm not 100% sure. If you know how the process works, please let me know, I'll be very thankful for it. CyberConnect 2 didn't want to lose the licensing for this IP for the Demon Slayer, and that's why we have this game. Okay, now let's talk about the Hinokami Chronicles 2. When they will release, what kind of characters they will add, and which arcs they will adapt. Okay, let's start with the most obvious one. Which arcs they gonna adapt for the sequel? In my opinion, they will adapt these 3 arcs. And these arcs are: first, Entertainment District arc; second, the Swordsmith Village arc; third and the final one, the Hashira training arc. So these arcs will be fully adapted in the Hinokami Chronicles 2. There is no single doubt about this. Now let's talk about the characters. Since characters from Entertainment District arc was already adapted in the Hinokami Chronicles 1, I don't think they need to do something else. Maybe they could change movesets for Tanjiro, Zenitsu and Inosuke because they have the same moveset but their skills are different. The best thing I can suggest them is to change these characters' moveset because we kinda have 3 similar Zenitsu's combos. Same goes with Inosuke and 2 for Tanjiro's. The most characters that I want to see in the Hinokami Chronicles 2 I already have the character models from the Sweep the Board game, and these characters are all Hashiras, so basically Love Hashira Mitsuri, the Serpent Hashira Obanai, Wind Hashira Senemi, Stone Hashira Gyomei, Mist Hashira Muchiro. That way all Hashiras will be in the sequel, which is really nice. I know some of them didn't fight yet in the full power, they didn't showcase their special abilities like the breathing techniques, but I think Cyber Connect 2 can actually make this happen, in my opinion. And obviously we need new Tanjiro because he showcased new stuff in the Swordsmith Village arc. He demonstrated that he kinda semi-mastered the Hinokami Kagura, aka the sun breathing, which is really nice. I mean, they have to make new Tanjiro, there is no question about it. Also, we have character models for Genya and for Kanao. So far I have mentioned 8 characters. Now we need demon characters, and starting with the Upper Moon 5, Gyokko. Like other characters that I mentioned, he has the character model, and in the anime and manga he has 2 forms, but in this game they only adapted his true form when he can basically move around without his face, and most likely this version will be in this game. Now moving to the another demon, Upper Moon 4, Hantengu. Okay, this character is a little bit tricky because the main body, Hantengu, has a different emotions: anger, pleasure, sorrow, joy, and each of them actually fought against Tanjiro separately. And the question is, will Cyber Connect 2 make each emotion as a separate character, or they just gonna do the same way that they did in the Sweep the Board game, only including Zohakuten, which is combined version of each emotions. So let's play safe here. If Cyber Connect 2 actually will adapt all the 4 emotions as a separate playable characters, also including the Zohakuten, which is a combined version of all the emotions, it will be like 5 new demons plus the Upper Moon 5 Gyokko. So in total we'll have 6 new demons for the Hinokami Chronicles 2. For the comparison, in Hinokami Chronicles 1 we only had 7 demons including Nezuko. I'm not counting the DLC characters because they are a separate pack which you have to pay for them, but in the base game they were like 7 demons. So basically all the Hashiras plus new Tanjiro and all the new demons, it will be 12 new characters for the sequel, which is not enough in my opinion. So I'm 100% sure they will also add characters from the Academy version like they did in the first game. So this time we will get probably Academy version of Rengoku, Tengen, Kanao, etc. And let us assume that Academy version characters will have also 6 slots similar to the first game. And in total we will have 18 characters, which is a decent size. And who knows, maybe they will also add Shinobu Kojo's sister, Kanae, and Muzan as well, like they did with the Sabito, Magamo, and Murata. And lastly, the release date. If I recall correctly, Hinokami Chronicles 1 was released in October 2021 and it was revealed in 2020, so we had 1 year between them. If the game will be revealed this year in December because we have like Jump Festa 2025, plus on Monday they will do a premiere for Demon Slayer, and maybe during the premiere video they will also include something for Hinokami Chronicles 2 because mostly they are promoting their upcoming season, or in this case the Infinity Castle trilogy movie. If that's the case, I think the game will be available in 2025, similar with Hinokami Chronicles Chronicles 1 October, November, or maybe early 2026. And lastly, I want to mention what I want to see for the sequel. And the first thing I want to see in the sequel is Team Ultimates, because in the Entertainment District arc, Inosuke and Zenitsu work together in order to slash Daki's head, similar with Tanjiro and Tengen. And even in Swordsmith Village arc, Awakening Nezuko and Tanjiro worked together in order to create the Flaming Blade, if you remember. Or maybe even Serpent Hashira and Wind Hashira when they combine their breathing techniques in order to defeat Muchiro in the Hashira training arc. And the second one is, I want to see more animation when you are doing up combo or down combo. If you are in the search mode or the boost mode, if you finish the square button, you have like small animation. And it will be nice if you are in a boost mode and the search mode. If you do up or down combos, you will get another animations, which will make the game more cinematic in my opinion. The third one, I want to see failed quick time events, similar in Storm 2, Storm 3. In the Hinokami Chronicles 1, we had quick time events, you have to press buttons, but they don't affect the gameplay at all. Like you can just put the controller down and just witness the cinema. But I want to be more engaged with the game, and please CyberConnect 2 bring back failed quick time events. For the third one, I want to see a better netcode. I'm not asking for the rollback netcode because I know they will not gonna implement this. I'm just asking for a decent netcode in order to play online normally. Because for the first game, it sucked. I had so many problems with it. I couldn't connect to the opponent. It lagged a lot. It was a pure nightmare, to be honest. And hopefully for the Hinokami Chronicles 2, they will improve the netcode. And the last thing I want to see is more stages. Because the first game didn't have a lot of variety stages. Most of them were like for humans. For demons we'll have like 4 or 5 I think stages in total, which were kinda underwhelming in my opinion. So please make more good stages with a really nice soundtrack. And that's all for the video. I think I did a really good job covering what I want to see and which characters will be in the game. If you agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. Which characters do you want to see and what do you want to be improved overall from the previous game for the sequel? Obviously, everything that I said is just a speculation, it's just my opinion. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but if they announce something, I will let you know. And like always, if you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.